here we are again in the World TV studio, and with me now is the CEO of Deer Industry New Zealand, Mr. Dan Coup. Welcome along, Dan.
Thanks very much, Tony.
So how's it all been going, Dan? You'd be fairly pleased with the conference?
Yeah, well, it's my first one, Tony, but it seems to be going pretty good to me. Yep.
Oh, how long have you been the CEO?
I've been the CEO for about 8 months now, so that's been a pretty steep learning curve, but conference is really exciting and lots of people and really enthusiastic, so that's great.
Yeah, but you've been involved in the industry for a long time?
No, so 8 months in the deer industry.
Oh, really?
So, as I said, learning lots very rapidly. Yeah. Lots of advice, Tony.
Yeah. So it's an amazing conference, and it must have been, how long organising for these guys?
Oh, well, look, some of my people, Tony Pearce, who's famous in the deer industry, does a lot of the organising, and he's worked really hard, probably over a period of 4 or 5 months. So that's kind of the amount of legwork you've got to put into these sorts of things, organising speakers and venues and catering and of course people to attend and sponsorship. So there's a lot of work involved, Tony.
It's a big job.
Yeah.
And Meth, an awesome place.
Oh, it's lovely. I haven't been here since I was a young fella, to be honest, but I'm enjoying it. Richard Lowe prepared me for very cold weather, but it's been about 18 degrees, I think, so it's fantastic.
It's been good. Now, a lot of emphasis on the next generation.
Yes, it's great to have a dedicated session in our conference for young people. So, I think that's something that we are all pastoral sectors are really aware about. Who are the people who are going to take over the enthusiasm of farming? From the current people who are, maybe feel they're getting on a bit, and we're being quite proactive in trying to encourage the young people to participate in this event and other events for the industry. So.
Someone's got to take over all those beautiful deer farms in Canterbury.
Absolutely.
And New Zealand.
Absolutely. And what we've discovered when we go looking is that there are actually lots of young and keen and interesting people out there, but they're probably just not that enthusiastic about engaging in what they see as sort of political, conference-y type things. They're too busy getting on with it and doing other things that young people do.
Do you think they think there's a bit of a stigma around conferences, that it's a bit stale and stiff?
I do think that. So I think there's two things we've got to do. Number one is make it not stale and stiff, but also open their eyes to the fact that it can be a bit interesting and a bit fun for them as well. And hopefully we've done that with some of the group now as well.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll do it again tonight.
I think we'll do it again tonight. I think some of them did it last night as well. So, that's the great thing about conferences is hopefully there's some learning throughout presentations and such like, but really the huge value is in networking and getting to know other people that you might be in business with in the future or that you might be able to learn things from, but you can do that in an informal social setting, and that's really where a lot of business gets done in the real world.
Yeah. And with live streaming the conference, that's a bit of a first too. That's great.
Well, we're an innovative industry, Tony, and you guys have helped us out with a bit of innovation there. So, we're really excited about being on TV. Yeah. And we've had feedback already from people around the world through the power of social media, telling us that they're watching and they're interested and they're really grateful to be able to do that from long distance.
That's great.
Yeah.
You better congratulate your team and get into the next session.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.